Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're diving into something incredibly practical. If you've got an Excel test coming up for a job, or honestly, if you just want to seriously sharpen your business data skills, you are in exactly the right place. We are going to run through a complete step-by-step tutorial of a real-world travel agency Excel skills test. We're going to take raw, messy booking data and transform it into a flawless, print-ready presentation that will absolutely blow a hiring manager away. All right, let's jump right in.
Here's our roadmap for today. We're going to tackle this test almost like levels in a video game. Level 1 is preparing and cleaning our data. Level 2, we nail down the basic formulas. Level 3 is the boss fight, extracting reports. Level 4 is formatting and polish. And finally, Level 5, we prep the whole thing for a perfect final print.
All right, Level 1, preparing and cleaning booking data.
You know what the absolute biggest mistake people make on these tests is? Jumping straight into writing formulas. You have to lay the foundation first, otherwise it all falls apart. So first thing, highlight your data and hit Ctrl+T to convert it into a proper Excel table. This makes everything so much easier to manage. Second, head to the Data tab and hit Remove Duplicates. A duplicate booking will completely ruin your revenue calculations. Third, standardize your date formats. Make sure everything is consistently day, month, year, so Excel actually reads them as dates, not just random text. And finally, use your filter tool to hunt down empty cells in crucial columns, like price or destination.
But hold on, here is a massive piece of advice straight from our source material. When you spot those blank cells, don't quickly delete a missing row. Sometimes the goal is to flag it for follow-up, not delete it. Remember the context here. You're working for a travel agency. An incomplete booking isn't just garbage data, it's a customer who might still owe you money. So flag it, don't trash it.
Moving right along to Level 2, basic payment and commission formulas. These are your core mechanics. This part of the test really measures your grasp of basic business logic. To actually run the agency, management needs to know 3 everyday things: exactly what balance is remaining on a package, whether the payment status is paid or pending, and what the sales agent's commission is. So how do we translate that business logic into clean Excel syntax? It's pretty straightforward. For the remaining balance, it's just subtraction, equals C2 minus D2. For payment status, we're going to use a simple logical if statement. You type equals IF, open parenthesis, E2 equals 0, comma, quote, paid, unquote, comma, quote, pending, unquote, close parenthesis. And for a 5% agent commission, simply multiply the total package price, which is C2, by 5%. The goal here is to keep it simple and totally readable. And here is exactly what that looks like when you apply it to your sheet. Now, quick pro tip. Always double check your work for illogical results. Like if you accidentally reversed your subtraction and suddenly you see a remaining balance that's negative, yeah, you know you've messed up. A hiring manager will absolutely check your columns to see if the numbers make real-world sense. Okay, buckle up for Level 3, the boss fight. Extracting quick sales reports. Your data's clean, your daily metrics are set, and now management needs answers right now. To pull this off, you need to master 2 heavy-hitting formulas: SUMIF and COUNTIF. You use SUMIF when you need to add up values based on a specific condition, like calculating total sales for, say, just one destination. And you use COUNTIF when you just want to tally up the number of rows that meet a condition, like counting exactly how many bookings are still pending. Let's map out that syntax. To get the total sales for Turkey, you type equals SUMIF, open parenthesis, your destination range C2 through C8, comma, the word Turkey in quotes, comma, and then your sales range D2 through D8, close parenthesis. To find the number of pending bookings, it's equals COUNTIF, open parenthesis, your status range G2 through G8, comma, and the word pending in quotes, close parenthesis. Now, massive warning here. Your spelling has to be flawless. If an agent typed Turkey without the E in the raw data, this formula will completely miss it. And that is exactly why we spent time cleaning our data in Level 1.
But wait, what if management wants a breakdown of every single destination all at once? You are absolutely not writing 20 different SUMIF formulas. No way. You use a pivot table. You just insert a pivot table, drag destination down into the rows area, and drag sales into the values area. Just double check that the settings are on sum, not count. Literally 4 clicks and you have an entire summarized report. It's a massive time saver and a guaranteed point score on any Excel test. That brings us to level 4, presentation polish. It's time to format and display this management data. Remember how we just said spelling mistakes will ruin your formulas? Well, here is how you bulletproof your sheet forever. You use data validation. Highlight your status column, head to the Data tab, select Data Validation, choose List, and type in exactly what you want approved: paid, pending, canceled. This creates a neat little drop-down menu right in every cell. Agents can now only click the approved options. Boom. No more typos, no more broken reports. Next up, conditional formatting. We want the important stuff to literally pop off the screen. The whole point of a travel agency is to collect money, right? So we want any booking that still owes us cash to instantly turn red. You select your rows, go to conditional formatting, create a new rule, and use the formula equals $E2 is greater than 0. That $ locks the column so the entire row highlights. Instantly, management knows exactly who they need to call to collect payment. And here it is, the culmination of all that hard work, the ultimate management summary dashboard. We've got our total sales and bookings clearly at the top, our pivot table showing destination sales on the left, and a cleanly formatted action list on the right. If you hand this to a hiring manager, you aren't just saying, "I know Excel formulas." You're proving that you actually understand business reporting.
Finally, we reach level 5, the final polish, preparing the file for final print. Look, a brilliant dashboard is completely useless if the manager hits print and it throws up a disjointed, unreadable mess across 5 different pages. Printing is where so many people trip up at the finish line. So here are your survival steps. First, highlight the exact dashboard area you want and set the print area. Second, if your table is wide, change your orientation to landscape. Third, dive into your scaling settings and select Fit All Columns on one page so a column doesn't magically spill over onto a confusing second piece of paper. And finally, always check Print Preview before you finish.
Now, if your report legitimately needs to span multiple pages, you've got to add page numbers. Go to Page Setup, Custom Footer, and use the dynamic syntax page &bracket page bracket of & bracket pages bracket. I know, it sounds a little complex, but Excel actually has buttons for this right in the menu. This adds a super clean page 1 of 5 to the bottom of the sheets. It shows an incredible attention to detail that managers love.
Oh, and here is a massive trap you have to avoid. If your table prints across 3 pages, nobody will have a clue what the columns mean by page 2 or 3 unless the headers are there. And no, freeze panes won't save you here. That only works on your screen. For printing, you have to go to Page Layout, select Print Titles, and set your top row $1:$1 to repeat at the top of every page. One last piece of incredibly practical advice straight from the source text. Do not make the font too small just to fit it on one page. If it becomes unreadable, use landscape or split the report. Fit to one page is an awesome tool, but if the final printout requires a magnifying glass to read the booking prices, you've completely defeated the purpose of the report. So let's recap. We've cleaned the dirty data, we've nailed the core formulas, we crushed the boss fight with pivot tables and SUMIFs, we polished our dashboard, and we completely tamed the printer. You've got the roadmap, you have the skills, and the formulas are crystal clear. The only question left is, are you ready to take this knowledge and turn it into a confident job offer on test day? I know you are. Thanks for hanging out with me on this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.